Welcome back to the channel. I'm Ellen Momkel, and today we are diving deep into 9 habits that will revolutionize your speech clarity. Whether you're preparing for presentations, job interviews, or you just want to feel more confident in conversations, these scientifically backed techniques will transform how people perceive and understand you. Before we start, here's what makes this different from generic speech advice. These are exact habits which I teach executive clients who pay thousands for communication coaching. Today, you are getting it all for free. So let's begin. Habit number 1. Master your breathing. You heard me right. Master your breathing. Here I want you to pay attention to diaphragmatic breathing. Most people breathe only from their chest when they are nervous. And so you'll find that when you're nervous, this is what happens, which creates shallow and very weak speech. Now let's go to fixing it. Let me give you a demonstration. Here I want you to place one hand on your chest and the other hand on your stomach. And watch your breathing. When you breathe correctly, you will find that only your bottom hand is moving up and down. I want you to try it now. Breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 4, and exhale for 6. Let's do this together. Breathe in for 4, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 4, 2, 3. Exhale for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Notice whether your chest is moving up and down or whether it is slowly going to your diaphragm, which is your stomach. Is that moving up and down? So let's do this again. You know that we are breathing in for 4, we are holding for 4, and we are breathing out for 6. So let's start. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more time. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more time. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Understand that this isn't just relaxation. It's your foundation for powerful and clear speech. I want you to pay attention to your breathing and do this breathing exercise of 4, 4, and 6 as a regular 2-minute exercise every day to improve the power of your voice. Let me share with you a story. I had a client, a CEO, who could not get through presentations without running out of breath. This happens when we are nervous and the breathing suddenly becomes shallow. We spent 2 weeks on breathing exercises, and the transformation was incredible. His presentations went from rushed and unclear to commanding and articulate. So, just one simple habit I want you to follow before you get into any important conversation. Take 3 diaphragmatic breaths. That means move the breathing from the chest to the diaphragm. And you know what? Your voice will thank you. Let's go to habit number 2. Habit number 2 is slow down your speech rate. Let me repeat that for you. Slow down your speech rate. Let me demonstrate for you a fast rate versus a slow speech rate. Now, you know what? An average person speaks around 150 to 160 words per minute. But when we are nervous, we often hit over 200 words per minute. And when we start to speak fast, you know what dies? Clarity dies. So let's listen to the difference between speaking quickly and speaking slowly. Here's quickly for you. I think we should consider implementing the new strategy because it offers significant advantages over our current approach. Let's read the same statement a little bit slower. I think we should consider implementing the new strategy because it offers significant advantages over our current approach. Just slowing down the speed at which you speak, you will be able to tell me which sounds more authoritative. Which one, according to you, was easier to follow? Slower speech automatically sounds more confident, and it gives your articulators, that is, all the parts of your mouth and throat, your tongue, your lips, and your jaw, time to form clear sounds. So, here's one for you to practice. I want you to record reading a paragraph from any book. You pick a book and you read a paragraph. And then, after you finish recording, read the same paragraph, but read it 25% slower. And then watch the video and listen to yourself. You know what? The difference will shock you. Let's go to habit number 3. Habit number 3 is open your mouth wider. Here it's very important for you to understand that when you become an over-articulator, most people speak with their mouths barely open. They hardly open their mouth and they speak. Especially when they are concentrating or when they are nervous. This creates mumbled speech. Your speech becomes unclear. Now I want you to watch my mouth. Hello, how are you today? Versus, hello, how are you today? The second one might feel ridiculous. It looks incredibly ridiculous, but it sounds incredibly clear. Here's the science. Your mouth is a resonating chamber. The more space you create, the clearer your sound becomes. You know, professional actors and news anchors exaggerate their mouth movements. That's why they sound so crisp. Here is a practical exercise for you. I want you to try this exercise. You stand in front of the mirror and you have a conversation with yourself. And while you are talking to yourself, I want you to concentrate on the opening and closing of your mouth. And I want you to exaggerate every mouth movement. Do this for 5 minutes daily. And within 2 weeks, clearer articulation will become automatic. So you want to articulate clearer, you got to open your mouth so that the sound that your mouth makes can come out crisp and clear. Let's go to habit number 4. Strategic pause. I want to teach you the habit of replacing your filler words with a strategic pause. Oftentimes you will hear people say, like. These are clarity killers. They spoil your clarity of speech. But silence is powerful. Let me give you an example. So I think, we should definitely consider this option because it's really good. Let's look at another way of saying it. So I think we should definitely consider this option because it offers significant advantages. You will have heard 2 or 3 pauses in this statement. And this statement comes out clearer than the and the ah that are the filler words. Now, what do these pauses do for us? These pauses serve multiple purposes. First of all, they give you the time to think. They emphasize important points. They make you sound more thoughtful and authoritative. News anchors, politicians, successful speakers, all of them master the art of the pause. This is another habit that you have to develop. So let's give you a technique. I want you to practice the count to 3 method. When you feel that a filler word, like an or an or a like or a that is coming out, I want you to count in your mind 1, 2, 3. And you know what? Your brain will catch up. You will start to speak more clearly. We've finished 4 habits. Let's go to habit number 5. Habit number 5 is posture and alignment. When I speak of posture, really, I'm speaking of body language. The way you hold yourself directly affects your vocal power. When you are slumped, it compresses your diaphragm. It restricts your airflow, and proper alignment opens your airways and projects your confidence. So when you're slumped, you don't speak clearly, but the minute you open out your diaphragm, suddenly the words come out with more confidence because your airways are opened up. I want you to watch this. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Same words, completely different impact. You could have seen that in my completely different impact, I used the power of a pause. Here, I want you to understand the string visualization. What is the string visualization? Imagine that there is a string which is pulling you up from the crown of your head so that your shoulders are back, your chest is open, and your chin is parallel to the floor. It isn't about looking confident. It's about creating the physical conditions for clear and powerful speech. So just holding yourself in a power position can improve the way you articulate your message. Habit number 6. Here's articulation exercises. I want you to daily do an articulation training. Your mouth has muscles which need to exercise just like every other muscle group of your body. And oftentimes, we don't exercise these muscles. One of the easy ways to do this is tongue twisters. Try this one with me. Red leather, yellow leather. Try to increase the speed with which you are saying red leather, yellow leather, 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 red leather, yellow leather. When you repeat a tongue twister, your mouth is being exercised. Another good one to do is unique New York. Unique New York, 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 unique New York. Let me give you a third one. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. 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 Notice that I'm opening my mouth and articulating every single alphabet of the word. The Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. The P is very clearly said by me. As you practice it, you will get faster and faster, and your muscles will get stronger and stronger. When you do these tongue twisters, did you notice how your tongue, your lips, and your jaw have to work harder? The minute they are working harder, the exercises are strengthening your articulators and improving your muscle memory, and that helps clear speech. Let me give you another exercise. This is a bit of an advanced technique. It's a pencil exercise. You hold a pencil horizontally between your teeth and you read aloud for 2 minutes. When you remove the pencil, your normal speech will feel effortless. So you hold it between your teeth and read. Let me read. Here's the weekly practice. Record yourself speaking for 30 minutes about any topic. Listen for pace, clarity, flow of words, and mouth opening. Rate yourself 1 to 10 in each category. This self-awareness creates rapid improvement. You will notice that when you finish doing this exercise of reading with a pencil in your mouth, your speech becomes effortless and incredibly clear. Let's go to habit number 7. Habit number 7 is voice recording and self-assessment. So I want you to become your own coach. How? By recording yourself and analyzing what you have recorded. Most people avoid listening to their recorded voice. But you know what? When you avoid listening to yourself, it stops you from improving your communication. So, what are you going to do? I want you to take your phone out. Hold your phone in front of you and record yourself speaking for only 30 seconds about any topic. You can take a topic of trees or butterflies or your home or your family or whatever topic that is easy for you to speak about. Listen to the pace with which you're speaking. How fast are you speaking? Second, listen to the clarity of the pronunciation of each word. Notice whether you are using filler words. And while you are watching your recording, notice how much your mouth is opening. And every day, I want you to rate yourself 1 to 10 on each of these categories. So the pace at which you're speaking, the clarity with which you speak, the filler words that you're using, and your mouth opening. You're going to give yourself marks out of 40. 10, 20, 30, 40. I want you to pay attention to, is my number improving? On day 1, I've given myself only 4 out of 10 or 5 out of 10. Is it going up to a 6, 7, 8, and 9? Another tip that you could use is while you are having a conversation with somebody, with their permission, ask them if you can record the phone conversation, just for the simple reason that you want to analyze how you speak in the real world. You will notice when you are having a conversation on the phone, how often you're using filler words, whether you do or not. It will reveal to you the habits which you cannot even notice in your practice sessions. So try this, recording a conversation, a telephonic conversation, with the permission of the other person for you to see how you speak. Let's go to habit number 8. Very important is hydration for your vocal health. Yes, you heard me right. Proper hydration is important for optimal vocal function. Your vocal cords are muscle tissue, and that muscle tissue of yours needs moisture for it to vibrate clearly. Oftentimes, you will have seen that a teacher takes a bottle of water and sips on it. And it's not because she's thirsty. It's because her vocal cords need to be hydrated. Room temperature water is the best. You know what cold water can do? It can tense your vocal cords. Hot drinks, on the other hand, can cause swelling in your vocal cords. Also, another pro tip that I would love to give you is avoid having dairy before speaking. Now you'll ask me why? Because consumption of dairy increases the mucus production in your throat. You know what's a professional speaker's secret? They sip water regularly throughout the day, not only when they feel thirsty. You sip water throughout the day and your voice will stay clear and strong. And we have reached habit number 9. Habit number 9 is consistent daily practice. And I'm not asking you to do 1 hour of practice. When you are consistent, consistency is more important than intensity. Just 5 minutes of daily practice beats hour-long weekly sessions. So don't say once a week I will do 1 hour session. No, do 5 minutes, but do it daily. Now, what will you do in these 5 minutes? The first 2 minutes, you will do breathing exercise. What are your breathing exercises? Not shallow breathing, but diaphragmatic breathing. 4, 4, and 6. Then you will do 2 minutes of articulation drills. What are your articulation drills that I've spoken to you about? Number 1 are tongue twisters. The second one I taught you is the pencil exercise. And just 1 minute, I told you, 30 seconds of recording yourself. Observe and mark yourself on recording yourself. These are very simple, but they're very transformative when they are done consistently. Remember, clear speech isn't about perfection. It is about connection. When you speak clearly, you're showing respect for your listener and confidence in your message. I want you to go through the 9 habits and tell me which of these 9 habits will you start with today. Drop a comment below and let me know. If this video has helped you, smash that like button, and you can look at the description for the link to my class. Your journey to clearer and more confident speech starts now.